back to my channel, Baking with Jesus. So today we're going to be making cinnamon raisin artisan bread, and we're also going to be reading in Colossians chapter 2 verses 1 through 4. So I have my Bible here, and if you want, you can follow along in your Bible. So I have the King James Version. So if you are following along in your Bible, it may sound just a little different depending on the version that you have. For I would that ye knew what great complex I have for you, and for them at Laodic, and for as many as have not seen my face in the flesh, that their hearts might be confronted, being knit together in love, and until all riches of the full assert of understanding, to the acknowledgement of the mystery of God, and of the Father, and of Christ. Verse 3, in whom are hid all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge. And this I say, lest any man should beguile you with enchanting words. Alrighty, so we are going to start out with our bowl, and in our bowl we're going to put our warm water into it, and then we're going to add our yeast, and we're going to let that sit for 10 minutes. So I have my water here, and I'm just going to pour it into the bowl. And next I'm going to take my dry yeast, and I'm going to take 2 teaspoons and 1/4 teaspoons and add it to my bowl. And then once my yeast is added in, I like to just stir it around and let that sit for 10 minutes until it gets all like foamy and bubbly. While I'm waiting on the yeast and the water to do its thing, I'm actually going to take 3 cups and 3/4 cups of flour, and I'm going to just sift them into my bowl in here. I like to sift my flour is I just like to get all the clumps out and just make it the flour a little thinner and everything to get any big lumps out. So if you kind of look here, you can see how there's like big chunks of it, and then if you look into my bowl that has already been sifted, you can see it's a little bit, it doesn't have all those big chunks in it, so I just like to do that. And then next I'm going to take 1 3/4 teaspoons of salt and add it into my flour, and then I'm just going to stir that around my dry ingredients before I put it into my other bowl with my wet ingredients. I'm just going to take my spatula, and I'm just going to make sure that my salt and flour are well incorporated into one another. So I like to add this 1 cup at a time, the flour mixture, and put it into my bowl, and then I'm going to add my bread hook, and I'm just going to let that incorporate. And then once I have all the flour into it, I'm going to let it knead for 3 to 5 minutes. I tend to do about 3 minutes just because I've noticed it does really well in 3 minutes. So my bread is just a tad bit too wet still, so I'm actually going to add 1 tablespoon at a time until it kind of firms up just a little bit more. My dough has firmed up nicely. I added just like 2 tablespoons. So now what I'm going to do is I have a clean bowl here, and I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to it, and then I'm just going to take my paper towel and I'm just going to wipe it around to just kind of like grease it a little bit, so that way the dough when it's rising doesn't stick to it, and it's just easier to get out once it's ready. Now I'm just going to take a clean dish towel, and I'm just going to drape that over, and I'm just going to let it sit for about 2 to 3 hours and let it double in size. So we're going to come back and see what it looks like after 2 hours. Okay, so it's been 2 hours, so you can see that my dough has doubled in size. All you're going to want to do is you're going to want to punch it down, and then you're going to want to scrape the edges of it. Okay guys, so my bread just came out of the oven, so this is what it looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys come back to watch more because I'll be posting more. My goal is to post twice a month.